Here we are, everybody. This is the Mind Body Marathon podcast, and on today's show, we have our guest Colby Alexander, and then, of course, we have our consistent Zach Goulet, our massage therapist here.
Hello.
And yeah, we're just going to discuss a little bit about Colby's career and just a little bit about running stuff, and just kind of having a good, fun episode. So, yeah.
Colby, first off, where have you been, man? Like you've been MIA for a little bit, and where have you been? What have you been doing?
Just been living life, man.
Yeah.
Trying to get healthy.
So let's back up a little bit. Colby is a professional runner, miler with Adidas, and he's had a little snafus over the last year or so. And so you're kind of bringing it up to date.
Yeah. So basically, I'm Colby Alexander. I'm from Strongsville, Ohio. Been seeing Leo here for chiropractic work and stuff for quite a while. How long do you think? Like since college? So 2011 or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't even, you would know because you got the records, but
probably, yeah. It's been over a decade for sure.
But yeah, so I've been seeing Leo for a while. So I've been in here off and on a decent amount. But yeah, the last maybe few months or so, I kind of just went missing. But I was just like, I had Haglund surgery on my right Achilles. I had the left one done in 2017. Fully recovered from that, but it took a little longer than a year. Decided to have the right one done. It's bugging me for years. Like it's really started bugging me around COVID.
So what would you feel with that?
Just a lot of like sharp pain, like directly on like the medial side of the heel, but it would also gravitate towards like the just like the tendon itself.
So that's
like
the Haglund's is kind of where the tendon attaches into the actual heel bone. And yours were like huge, man. They were like dentures back there.
Yeah. And I was like in full denial that like the right one was a Haglund's deformity. But I just didn't want to get that surgery again because I knew it was going to be a year-long process probably. Maybe if I got lucky, it would be shorter. So I tried everything.
Were both bad when you were running?
The right one was much worse than the left because the left one I only ran on it for.
But you had that procedure done on your left first, correct?
Yeah.
So you had both.
Oh, the right one wasn't bugging me at the time. The right one was,
but it was just building up. It was just building up.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But I was just like, I'm gonna try everything there is. Like, first of all, I was in denial. I was like, it's not a Haglund. It's not a Haglund. And then I tried like literally everything you can think of, pretty much. And just like stuff would get it a little bit better. I got a PRP. In would have been like September, like 2021. And it got I took like 6 weeks off completely, played it super safe. And I was like, I thought I was good. I was like 100%. And then it just crept back. Crept back. And then basically just trying to run through it the whole time. And it just made things a lot worse. And just got to the point where I really couldn't put spikes on anymore and work out. And so I'd try to show up to these races and I wasn't fit.
Yeah, running through it. You were just grinding through it.
Yeah, and I still run okay. But it just sucked. And so I just got this surgery done. But
when was the last full season you had?
Like a fully like kind of healthy. 2016. 2016. And
so this is like somebody here.
Awesome season I had.
Yeah, well, that's what's amazing about this is like you definitely have been through the ringer. And I think this is important for a lot of people to understand because so many times as runners, when we're injured, we just think like, oh, everybody's always healthy and I'm always injured. But you don't understand there's a lot of people out there that can't even be out there to see if they're healthy or not. You know, and so the thing about you is you've been knocked down numerous times, but you always come back up.
Yeah.
That's the story of your career.
Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just like
you're a gamer, dude. That's all it is. You're just a gamer.
I just love the competition. Like I love racing so much, and just like there's something addicting to winning the race. Like doesn't happen very often. You know, some people win all the time. You're like, but it doesn't happen very often, and it's just like, oh my god. You know, it's like when you I don't know if you guys are familiar with like battle royale video games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like 100 people dropping, like Fortnite, right? 100 people dropping in on this match.
Parachuting in.
You never win these games.
Yeah.
Like, but that you're just banging your hand against the wall, like so pissed off. This spike in the controller, but then you're yelling at your friends, and then finally you win that game. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
And
it carries
like,
you.
It was all worth it.
Yeah. It carries you for like months.
You pull it together.
Yeah. And that's running. It's like we get like, you got the injuries, you got the training, you're doing all this stuff for months at a time just to run a race for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's in travel too.
It's like so stupid.
Travel around the world.
Your whole life is literally centered around it.
Yeah.
You know, your lifestyle, your work, you know, your training, everything.
Yeah. So during this whole off time, I guess I was going a little crazy, but I was doing my best to try to like take care of some like real life stuff. Like me and my wife bought a house in Ohio City.
Congrats.
Thanks. So some good stuff happened during, but I'm just now finally starting to train again, and I'm just like never been happier.
Yeah.
I've had such a kind of new perspective on like just how awesome it is to be healthy, how awesome it is to like get up in the morning and not be limping.
You got to glow, man. You got to glow about you now.
Yeah. Getting out of the car after like a 10-minute drive and not be limping, getting off the massage
just
table.
like you said. Yeah.
Like it's awesome.
You came back from the dead, man. When you come back from the dead, it gives you perspective, you know,
it
changes your life, and you are genuinely thrilled for like every moment that you get to lace up the shoes and even just do an easy run.
Yeah. I'm just like exhausted all the time. Like, and it's just like the best. I'm just so tired.
Just basking in it. You're just basking in it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So what would you say is, so up to this point, 2016, best season ever, you know, in terms of like timeline and healthiness and all that, what would you say is your best race ever? Where you really felt like it clicked and it was all there?
I've got a few that I've it's hard for me to choose one. One of them is the Foot Locker in high school, Foot Locker regionals cross country. Like
that was at Kenosha?
It was at Kenosha.
2009?
Yeah, okay. I think it was 2009. Yeah. Like in high school, I ran like 25 miles a week. Like, so I'm like,
hey, I mean, it worked.
I was like, I was good at cross. I mean, maybe if I put it together in the day, I could have won state, but like, I would make state, and then I would like bomb a little of that's now I know like good amount of that was mental, but like that race, just the long story short, like I got maybe like 60 something place at state. I got like the flu, so I was like sick leading into it. Bombed. Then I somehow still got selected for this like Ohio meet of champions or something.
They left me off of that, so I'm like super salty about that meet.
You're like, hear this, and you're just.
It wasn't even that cool of me, honestly. But I did that meet, and I did a lot better than I did at state, and I actually beat some really good guys. Then the week after that was regionals for Foot Locker. Top 10 make it. And like we just came up with the race plan. We were like, it's one lap.
Yeah.
It's one loop. And I'm all about that. Like I hate it in these cross
like criterion stuff.
Do all these loops. And one lap.
Coming from a track guy, that's funny.
I can do one lap. So this course has got like a uphill for the first like mile, and then it comes downhill for like the second mile, and then it's like rolling the last mile. The plan was just go out real slow pretty much the first mile, and then that downhill to start picking people off. Next thing I know, I was like real deep. Then I start to hit the second mile. Next thing I know, I'm like in like top 10. And then so this is like Lucas versus Bickus was like in this race, and like Scott Fauble and like some really good big names. I moved into second, I think it was second or third.
It's amazing.
What?
In the back, like rolling hills, there's no fans back there. It's like everyone's at the finish, right?
So wait. This is coming from your so no fans back there. You're in second right now. All right. Let's hear this.
No,
I just
no, yeah, I hear how it sounds, but it's the truth. I wasn't in second for very long. I'll tell you that much, because those hills really got me. But it was kind of like one of those things where I was like, I started to freak out a little bit. I'm like, I don't know how I'm doing this, honestly. Like the like flow state out of control. Like I was just, this is just happening. And then I croaked to like it's like a slightly uphill finish.
The finishes,
and I was dying hard. Ended up getting 7th, and I was like,
dying hard.
Well,
you probably passed hundreds of people, man.
But maybe the funniest part about that race was it was the muddiest race like I ever ran in high school. Like we're in the back, like hills and stuff, like we're running in like water like this deep. And the spike of choice for me was the Matumbo. I don't know if you guys remember that spike.
Oh yeah.
But this is a track spike.
Yes.
It's a distant track spike. There's no traction on it. There's 4 pins, and then it's just foam.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I'm
smart back
slipping
then.
and sliding, and I'm having the best race of my life.
That's a great memory.
Yeah.
But that's just you, man. Like you've always been a competitor. You've always like put yourself in there, like no matter what. And like from the time that you were at Strongsville to like Oregon to then like venturing off into that pro career, you've always like just put yourself into that like world. Like it was just like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then like what have you, refresh my memory, like what are your overall times like in the 15 and like across the board in like the US? Like where are you at?
Oh man, my dad would be the one to ask that.
I know.
The trials changed that one a little bit.
And people are running so damn fast.
But let's just say before that.
I don't know. It was I don't know. I really couldn't tell you.
What's your PR?
333 point something.
So like at that point, like in the US, you were what, like top 5, top 6 at the time before all this?
I wouldn't be surprised if I was top 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that just shows you like you're just like somebody that just like wants to
hell of a
compete.
feeling is what we're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably what keeps you coming back.
Well, yeah, and I just like we were just saying how I haven't really had a fully healthy season since 2016 like that. And when I say that, I mean like everybody has little bumps in the road along the year, but like I'm talking like not getting taken out for like a month or 2 at a time, like a couple weeks, whatever. That's no big deal. In 2016, right before indoor season, I hurt my Achilles. It went away in like 2 weeks, and that's it. Like that year, I was just like I had like my best finish. Like I had such a good kick that season. Went in Olympic trials, just so confident, breezed through the prelims.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's partially what keeps coming me back. I just want to run. I just want to have another season where I can avoid these huge injuries and just see what I can do, because I'm really confident that I can still run. I can PR. I can. Call me crazy, but I can make this team. I really believe that. And I think with just how people are training these days, stuff we're learning, and we were talking a little bit about I don't know much about this stuff, but like we're talking a little bit about like the double T during the massage and stuff. And,
just adding in different variables.
Yeah, I mean, we can break things down like to a T, get things dialed into a T, and we got the new spike tech. It's like, why would I stop?
It's a perfect storm.
This is let's
Perfect
go.
storm,
I mean, been injured for so many years. It's like I got way less miles on my legs than a lot of these other guys. So
I mean, we've seen it with Willis going pretty late in his 30s and running well. I mean, it's like it can happen.
Well, Nate Brannon too. I was just watching that Olympics. What was it? 2012.
Or was it 2016?
No, it was 2016.
It was 16. Yeah.
In
made the final.
They both were in the final, obviously, but I I don't know how old, like 34,
So
35.
Brennan's my age. So yeah, 34. He would have been 34.
Yeah. I mean, he's amazing.
Mhm.
I'm not saying like amazing miler, but obviously to aspire to be that good is yeah. I'm just saying. I think I could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you could
sure.
like
yeah.
Yeah, you see yourself in that company.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Speaking of
that.
that, speaking of the Olympics, what do you what's your prediction for the crazy men's 15?
15. Oh man,
This is a very
it's
drama
tough.
filled
It's
race.
tough. I don't know. I think that I guess my hot take. I'm so impressed with Hobbs
Hmm.
in
Mhm.
that 800,
Yeah.
and like um, I just don't see why after he made that team in the 800, how he doesn't come away with the confidence to be like how are you like no more hesitation, man. Like
Yeah.
you're just as you're just as good as
You're
these
up
guys.
there.
You can win the 1500. You can be the best American miler. That's what I'm saying.
I'd
Did he
say,
drop
And then I
the
feel like you definitely can medal.
yeah,
Like so,
I
Did he
love
drop
that
the
take.
8 or the 15? Or is he doing both? Is he gonna double
I don't
them?
know. I don't. I haven't really been paying attention,
Yeah.
but
I don't know either, but
I think he dropped
I-
the 15.
he dropped the 15.
I don't quote me on this. Please,
See,
nobody quote me but I think he dropped the 15. Can we look this up?
I mean,
My phone.
maybe he just
I don't have
thought
my phone on me
he
either.
he felt that good,
Yeah.
and he wasn't fresh, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll see.
either way, but I that's a really good analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jakob probably wins it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gets
Think
through
he's
the
just on right
rounds
now.
and all that.
I'm a
Is
little.
is he
Yeah,
running the 5K too?
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess it's hard. It's hard right now to bet against Josh Kerr because he's been taking it to him
Right.
lately. But
It's his time.
I
It's his
I
time to
think
shine.
I
I
also
think
think
that
that
sometimes that can work against you. You know, you've showed your cards a little bit too much. Jakob's been knocked down. Now he's going to kind of go back to,
exactly.
Rocky in Siberia and train like
Yeah.
crazy and then come back the guy. So
Yeah.
I can see that being the narrative as
Yeah.
well. But I mean, it's just an absolute star-studded field there.
It is.
Yeah. So, all right. So walk me through. So do you want to potentially build up to an indoor?
Yeah. So the goal right now is, again, I basically haven't trained in like a year and a half. So right now I'm just getting back into running and building it real slowly. And then, open up indoor like early, like December, want to run a 3K.
You could do the icebreaker, YSU icebreaker.
Yeah, sure.
Youngstown.
Just a 3K
Yeah.
somewhere.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking BU, but
No,
That's
no.
quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to do that
Yeah.
one. You want to go there.
I mean, I got a amazing PR of 8:11 in the 3K, so I got to get that thing down,
Yeah, you do.
like maybe in the 740s or something.
Yeah.
So
I think that's like close to my PR in the 3K.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'll probably run the turkey trot, downtown Cleveland.
yeah.
That's a good one.
It's a great one. I love that.
Is that one pretty competitive?
You heard
I-
Ryan Adams talking about that year. He came back and
Yeah.
duked it out.
Yeah, I think I was in that race. I think kicked all of our butts.
He did?
Yeah,
He was fit that year, man. He was
He's
nasty.
putting it together.
yeah, yeah.
Well, not
It's a
this year.
great turkey trot. I haven't run too many other ones, but
Well, the environment is so much fun at a turkey trot. Everybody's like willing to. I mean, you're just going to celebrate the rest of the day.
Eat
It's just
food.
everybody has food or has the
Sleep.
day off, so you're just going to eat a bunch, and it's just the best.
Yeah.
So everybody should support their local turkey trots.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So you got your family's helping to put together the Guardian that's coming up this next weekend.
Guardian Mile, July 27th.
Yeah.
Sign up. Looking like we're going to be close to 1,000 runners this year. We've last year we were like in the 800s, like 880 or something around there. So it keeps growing every year.
How many years has it been now? Five?
This will be 6.
This will be
Jiminy
6 years.
Christmas.
Yeah, and we
Wow.
were before. I
Really?
feel like I got to remind people, but we were before the team changed their name. Like
Yes.
the Indians became the Guardians. Like we were first.
Do you think you guys were inspo for the name change?
I think the only reason they changed their name was because
That's
of
a
the
good
Guardian
idea.
Mile.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should run with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any Guardians gear?
Guardian
Like baseball gear?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got a couple jerseys.
Yeah. Whose jersey
Got a
do you have?
hat. I got Stephen Kwan
Yeah,
and
you gotta have Quan.
Naylor. Who else? I think that's it.
Is
Oh,
Quan
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, that's a classic.
is this Quan's second year?
This is his third year.
His third
So
year.
he had like
Okay.
an amazing rookie year, second year, kind of a sophomore slump, and now he's leading the league in average batting average. Not even close. He's batting like 360 or something like that. Next closest guy is like 320.
Yeah, he's pretty nasty.
Yeah. It's just what an awesome story. And that's why I love baseball so much, because like you got this guy, what is he, like 5'7" or something?
Yeah.
Weighs like 160
Mhm.
pounds. I don't even know. Like, and he's the best hitter in baseball.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Just nasty hand.
My wife has a crush on him.
really?
Oh, really?
She likes
That's an
Stephen
interesting
Kwan.
thing
I know.
to.
She goes, "Oh, he's cute. He's real cute."
My wife kind of likes, she thinks that Tanner Bivey's cute.
Isn't he the new guy that just got picked up?
No,
No, the Australian.
Oh, that's Travis Bazzana. We just drafted him at number 1.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that we have the best record? Is it the best record in the?
We have the best record in the American League,
And they had the number 1 draft pick.
and
amazing.
never before has the Cleveland organization had the number 1 pick in the
Oh my
draft.
gosh!
And it was like, they do it kind of like NBA lottery style.
Yeah.
Just like, but I think like every
Oh.
team is in it. We had like I don't even know, like a 0.0. We had no chance to get the first
And we
pick.
got
That is
it.
amazing.
It was just like when the Cavs did that one year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was rigged
It's
because
all
they.
rigged.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron, we gotta get LeBron back.
Yeah,
right?
we gotta get LeBron. No, everybody here definitely thinks that. Yeah. So, all right. Well, now walk me through the field for Guardian. Pretty elite this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull up what I got on my phone, but off the top of the dome, just some of the big names. Johnny Gregori's coming back. He's looking to win 4 in a row.
Blue Jean Johnny.
Blue Jean Johnny the Jet. Yeah, the fact that he's even won, like, just winning 1 is pretty awesome. He's won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And he ran like 346 or something crazy. Like,
Put on his roller skates.
with me taking that, being not in any shape, knowing I can't win, I just took it out hard.
You took the half-mile bonus, right?
Halfway, yeah. So people who don't know, there's like a half for the elite races. There's like a halfway prime where if you're winning at halfway, you win $500. So a lot of times you'll get it. The reason we have that is it takes the race out like hard.
Yeah.
And what we found out is the first couple years we ran it, we go up that hill. So the way the course goes is it's kind of like slightly uphill the first quarter mile, then it's really uphill second quarter mile, and then it's like all down. But if you don't run that hill hard, like if you don't really give an honest effort up that hill, you're not going to run that well. You're not going to run that fast.
I got a question for you. So like, what's your fastest mile on that? Or like at the Guardian mile?
I don't. Again, I'm so bad with this stuff. I don't know, like,
but like
350.
How does it feel to run that fast going downhill?
It's kind of like.
Is it like super shoes almost? Like cheating?
Well,
it's got to be like downhill skiing, just a little reckless.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
kind of hard to keep your legs.
Do you let yourself go a little bit when you're going, or are you trying to control yourself down that? Like,
I feel like it's all core. You just got to like keep the legs underneath and just keep.
You got to lock in.
I feel like that's part of the reason Johnny's so good at it. Is he's like so like
he's balanced.
Coming down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but other guys, Craig Ingles is coming. That's probably the biggest name that's coming.
Nice.
And I think that's just gonna attract so many like high school kids and stuff. They all love Craig. So,
yeah, he's definitely fanfare for sure.
Heather McLean, Olympian, and she's coming. Eric Holt. Yeah. I mean, I get pulled up my phone, also we're still finalizing. Like you always, as we get close to the race, there's always people last second. Coming in. Fingers crossed, Clayton might come in, but
we'll see how he runs this weekend.
Yeah,
it's a big one
potentially. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. So, we were talking a little bit about the double T earlier, the double threshold stuff. So, what would you say would be like in the past? What would be like some go-to like workout strategies for you to get fit and kind of just make sure you're right where you need to be?
Well, it kind of got to the point where so when I joined NJNY, we were working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, long run Sunday. So it's like kind of like we're working out 4 times a week. And
Yeah.
it's just not for a guy like me, like my first year with the club, came from the Andy Powell system where we were Tuesday, Friday, Sunday.
Mhm.
And I was injured off that. Like,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of more of that in college is a little more of like a maturity kind of thing. Like, and also not knowing just my body and what to do in general. But um, I got to Coach Gags NJNY, and like you'd think that would have been the worst thing possible for me. Like I instantly going to get hurt, right? I don't know what happened. I was just healthy that year, but then the wheels kind of fell off, and so then just over time, I got back to like the Andy Powell kind of. Well, I don't know why I'm calling it Andy Powell thing, but like just the more traditional Tuesday, Friday workouts. So strength Tuesday, more like track stuff Friday, Sunday long run. And then in between stuff, it's like you have like a midweek long run Wednesday, and then you're just like doing easy runs basically and getting ready for the workouts. Kind of what I'm trying now, trying some new stuff out is I'm just trying to like just I'm gonna stay away from the speed stuff for as long as possible, basically. Because I think that I get fast. Like I'm pretty naturally, I think I'm pretty explosive, and that stuff comes to really quick. So I'm just gonna I mean, look at these guys like Nagoose and Kerr and Jakob. Like these guys can probably break 13 minutes in the 5K. And I'm not saying I need to do that, but like I need to get way stronger.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that was
so-
always a component. That was definitely the narrative I feel like we had with you after 16.
Yeah.
Was that the rounds got to you, and then
Yeah.
that final was a struggle because
Yeah.
you are so naturally twitchy and fast
Yeah.
and like high end that you're like a time trialist in that part of your career.
Yeah.
And you had to develop that strength to get through the rounds,
Right.
which is that 5K component.
Yeah.
But you have it in you because obviously we just talked about your success in cross. Um, and so it's like it was just a matter of like sort of fostering that a little bit.
Yeah. And just look at the way that the finals and stuff are going these days. It's like it's fast.
Yeah.
So
So
fast.
Yeah,
it's
they're not backing off the final like they
yeah,
used to.
we're not sitting and kicking anymore. And I feel like I'm at least this point in my career, that's more my style. Like I prefer that. So
To go out fast.
that to go back to what we were saying before, like that's another thing that's keeping me like, oh damn, I want to see what I can do right here.
Yeah, in this current style. Yeah.
In this current style, like that's my shit.
Yeah.
Like I want to see what I can do. So get me in a final where we're running like that fast, but it's not. I guess in like 2016, what did Matthew run, like 334 or whatever? So it was
Sounds about right.
quick for about,
Yeah.
but it was like
That sounds
all
about
in the
right.
last like 600,
Yeah.
know. But yeah. So anyway, I'm trying more like just right now. I'm just gonna build that base up. Not doing anything impressive. Like not trying to like break my body down by like like I would do tempos back in the day. Like I don't know how the hell I'm doing. Like I don't know how to do tempos. Right? He just coach would give me 5-mile tempo. All right. So I'm gonna go out and like 5 flat. I'm gonna run like 5:05, and then the wheels fall off. I die, and I don't even finish it. So that's like
amazing.
that's my whole career, like me. And so as I've gotten
die.
as I've gotten like smarter and just learned more about myself, now I'm just like, and I guess this is a little bit kind of like the double T stuff is like running more within yourself and being in control and always be able to do more.
Yeah. Well, that component matters because when you're dealing with thresholds, when we're talking about a double threshold or like threshold running, what we really mean is like lactate threshold. And then a threshold is literally what it sounds like. It's a barrier, right? It's a point at which the enzymes can process at a certain rate. And if you run faster than that rate, you're not adapting it. You can't. So we always say you have to be under the roof to raise it. You can't raise the roof from above. So it's always better to err on the side of being a little slower, a little backing off a little bit. Even if say you're back in the day, say your tempo run, quote unquote, was like 5:05.
Yeah.
Well, then
Like a
it behooves you
race.
to start at 5:15 and then over the course of the 5-miler, trickle down to the 505 so that you can guarantee that you're always below it and just kind of gently pushing it up. And so that's kind of how that variable works. So especially when you kind of start adding in the unique threshold runs that I think are popular nowadays, erring on the side of being slower is critical because everybody overruns them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, I'm excited to try that out. Just, I've already started to do it. Like I'm doing like K repeats or whatever at like 3:15. It's like, that's so slow. But after you get it done, I know you're like, that was actually some pretty good work.
Yeah.
And I didn't kill myself.
Yeah.
You know,
well, it's amazing. Like when you look at like the Norwegian triathletes that have been doing this like for 10 plus years, people are astonished when they look at their like logs because they're on Strava a lot too. And people are astonished when they're like, it doesn't seem like you guys work that hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I mean, we're like in our threshold barrier and we're working in that and we adjust from, and people are like astonished how fast that they can go and they're smashing world records and like being able to do the things that they're doing. And it's like presumably.
Well, I mean, I always think of it like art, right? Like I think that the more that you know, the more that your training looks like a modern piece of art, where maybe there's like a blue triangle and a square circle, or like a red square or something, and it's like kind of shaped, and it's like very simple design, just bright colors, and you're like, okay, whatever. But then it looks very simple, and you're like looking at it, and you're looking at somebody's training, and you go, that's not all that impressive. But then they race out of their mind.
Right.
But then, I feel like when people don't really understand the cycle of training, and then they're not really paying as close attention to their body, they're throwing all sorts of variables at it, and it looks like something crazy scattered, and there's really no logic to it. And I feel like that's the thing. Like I was just talking about with my coach about this, is like back in the day, if you looked at my training log, you would be very unimpressed. But then I would always over race relative to my training, and you always wanted to be that way because you just need to make sure that when you get to the line, you're like healthy and you're there.
Yeah. That's kind of how it was. That's how it's been, I guess, my career too. Same way.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely think that, the more people kind of just really feel like they need to manipulate their training and just add all sorts of things in. So one of the things that we'd always joke about is like when people would do like 200-meter workouts where there's like a ton of 200s in their workout, we're like, they don't know what they're doing. And they're trying to find confidence, and, they're trying to get basically fit with that. Are we good? All right. Here's take two. Take two, Colby. We had our first ever podcast injury.
Yeah.
Zach almost died.
Oh, I almost died.
He's got a ruptured boil. His back. He literally, you can follow on our social. He literally has blood all over his shirt
on the back of my shirt. Did the old scratch and
and our camera died, man.
Yeah.
So he was going up to try to fix the camera, and he scratched his back just like a regular scratch, and he like popped like Mount Everest right there.
It was crazy. I was like, something feels kind of cold. Something dripping from the ceiling?
No, it's your blood. Yeah. So it took me like 15 minutes to like stop the bleeding. We had to like tourniquet his torso.
Hey, but we were able to charge the camera.
Yeah, we got the camera charged. So we're on a ticking time bomb. So the camera may die again. So we'll roll for about another 15 minutes. And so it's like when you're riding E in the car and gas, we're in the last little bit. We're below the E right now.
The light has been on for 30 miles already.
We got 10 more.
All right. So one of the things we were kind of joking about, though, that I wanted to kind of cover with you, Colby, is your all of your home modalities.
Yeah.
And so you've lived in a lot of different places around the U.S., and one of your secrets to staying healthy has been tinkering yourself. We often joke that you should have been a physician, and because you basically just have like jumped into the arena of home modalities and different therapies to kind of help yourself stay healthy. Walk us through that crazy jungle world of yours.
Well, so I've kind of just with my injury history and stuff, I've kind of just tried like everything I can at home. And like before I dive into that, I just want to say, like, what I've kind of figured out over the years is like, i- if you just find like this might be the tough part, but if you just find the weak point in your biomechanics, whatever it is, and tackle that, like eventually, it's not going to be an instant fix, but
Mhm.
eventually that's going to solve part of the issue or
Yeah.
the full problem. And I think a lot of people fall into the kind of like mindset of see this doctor, get this injection, whatever it is, get this procedure done. I'm gonna be better, and then that's it. I'll never be hurt again, or the injury will never come up again.
Mhm.
It's like, trust me, that's like never the case. like, like I, yeah, I mean, just to go back, like just this Achilles thing. I tried I like PRP, about 1,000 Prolo injections, about 1,000 shockwave sessions. All this stuff helped, but I was never fixing the biomechanical thing that was going on.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, and so it just kept coming back. So yeah, at home, I have pretty much you know, I could run a PT clinic or whatever, like out of my house.
Just that
Um,
workman's comp clinic.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, you can
and
get some visitors in Ohio State
yeah,
there, some personal injury cases.
exactly, yeah. On or not Craigslist, I just run an underground like
The Timu
yeah team, yeah,
or
yeah.
Alibaba.
And I've yeah, with I've definitely learned a lot of trial and error. Uh, yeah, and I do feel like I feel like I do have just enough knowledge to be able to help you know, just an everyday person come
Yeah.
in. Oh, like I mean that's easy. You just calves tight, you know, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, you know, I've gone into Leo's before with just like I've scraped the shit out of my soleus and like
Mhm.
like it's bleeding,
Yeah.
like
It's just like my
through
back.
my skin. Like I've gone a little bit crazy with things. Sorry, but yeah, you know I got like the scrapers, the cups, I have a massage table at home. I got like you know the red light. You know
Yeah.
I got the grounding mat. The what else?
What's one of the newest ones that you
Oh,
get?
I got a Tech R machine
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
off of Alibaba.
I know you got that guy.
Oh yeah, and I think it actually is great. I think it helps a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna get cancer in a few years,
Yeah, who cares?
but I think it actually is helping. And it's so much fun to actually use this stuff when you're healthy to tackle like a little thing,
Mhm.
and to stay healthy rather than when you're like injured, you don't know what the hell's going on, like,
Yeah.
and you're using it and you're just using everything. It's like right now, you know, oh, and I got a standing firm, which is like this has been crucial. Like this has been like actually this thing pretty much like got me healthy. But it's like a platform that has like a rotating disc on it, and you can do different levels of intensity and like with rubber bands on how to spin the disc. And basically, it's just like rotating your hips and stuff to
Yeah.
be upright uh, I stretch on this thing every day, do exercise it every day,
Hmm.
and I've been so consistent with it. Um, and
What's it called again? Because that one I'm not familiar with.
standing firm,
Standing firm.
standing firm.
Duly
Stand up
noted.
straight.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm a big believer in it. Like, so yeah, I've been hitting that a lot, and you know that thing's got nothing to do with like modalities or like you know,
Yeah, that's back to the
it's
biomechanical
just
side of it.
strengthening. It's just
Well,
stretching and strengthening, and
well, that's it right there. Like that's I think the number one frustration from like a provider's end is when you have people and a lot of people do this where they come in and like I'm like no better. You're like, well, how's your exercises going?
it
And they're like,
takes
well,
time.
you know, I'm like doing them,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah,
but it's like when you came in and you were like, I just like finally sat down and was like, no, I have to do these things. There's no ifs, ands, or buts
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
And most of the time when people get that breakthrough,
yeah,
it's that they are consistent with exercises, especially something that's so chronic like you had.
yeah,
And yeah, I think that's the most important thing is like we can help jumpstart that and we can help provide treatment and help with that. But
This thing is like lost on the internet, dude.
Oh yeah, this is not what would it be?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
like
this.
I just tried looking it up and it's like it's gone. It's
Uh,
so under.
You got the last one.
Dude, we're gonna pump this thing up, man.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I can't even find it. It's
You got the last one.
oh here it is.
Dude, he probably got the
This is
first
it.
one.
No, like it's definitely
Look at this
their
guy.
website's
Let's see
definitely
this.
probably from like the 90s.
Oh my
but,
gosh, who made this website? This is perfect.
but it's
We will put this in our show notes for sure.
um,
New era of mobility.
Yeah.
He's wearing like fluorescent tights and all that.
You can do, and the
He's
cool
getting
thing
ready
is,
for Guts and Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I know. Splash.
but here's the idea, right? So you've probably heard like Jameis Winston be like, your wrists, your ankles, and your knees, is your elbows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
But it's like there's actually a lot of truth to that, and it's
Mhm.
like the same kind of thing. And so
Yeah.
you can even I'll do some exercise on that, like upper body too. So I'll go on all fours and I'll do like bird dogs and stuff with my rotating on the one platform, rotating in, really activating that one side, and then
Yeah.
doing.
Mhm.
There's like so many things you can do on it, and if you don't know how, like I bought this thing, and
How much was it?
it's like it was maybe like $600 or something, and
Hey, got you healthy. It's worth
well,
it.
yeah, but
It says go beyond gravity. That's its tagline.
But I got it.
No, dude, you're just a spinning device.
I got it.
But-
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But then over time, like I learned some more stuff, and it just took some time.
Was there videos
Yeah.
on YouTube on how to use it?
I just saw this other guy, this other chiropractor that I
Mhm.
see out in Arizona.
Yeah,
And
so
he's
kind of
really
walked you through it.
big on walk me through it. And stuff,
Heck yeah,
so.
dude. So we'll start making some videos with it.
We should. I got the travel size, so I can throw this
Come to
thing
the bag.
throw this thing in the the real one is really big. The travel size is maybe like here, I don't know. But yeah, you can just toss this thing in the back of the car.
I love it. I love
Take
it.
it
Oh,
on
dude.
trips and stuff.
Pumping gas, you pull that thing out and you're like,
Really? Yeah, no.
You know, that's standing
Honestly, it'd be
firm.
the perfect thing for a road trip. Keep everything activated, right? Stretched,
awesome.
activated. Yeah,
Okay,
so-
good to know, man. Good to know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I actually, I do mention that because I do have a couple patients that are struggling with post Haglunds,
Really, yeah.
and it's not easy.
No.
I mean, like we were talking about a couple cases, or I think you were talking about how like there's been a couple botched professional cases.
We were talking about that.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna name names, but yeah, there's I've heard some
So what happens?
So-
When they reinsert the tendon's too short, right? That's essentially what happens.
Exactly. Yeah, they basically attach it too short, and then they have to go in and redo
Yeah,
it.
because when they do the surgery, they take it off, they shave down the bone of the heel, and then they reattach it. But
Yeah.
sometimes they don't. The angles change. So
Yeah. Nightmare. I was lucky enough to shout out to Dr. Mendezoon. He did both of mine, and yeah, I was lucky. I didn't even have to get my tendon taken off and reattached.
Oh,
so
really?
I was lucky enough. He just pulled that thing. Maybe that's just why he's so good. But like, he just pulled that thing back.
yeah, that's incredible.
Shit went in
That
from the
is-
side.
Yeah, and that's a thing to ask,
crazy.
right? Like those are those little like surgical techniques that you go, okay, I trust this guy, but you don't really know,
Yeah.
like precisely what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So
He was in there a lot longer on my right one, and he had to make 2 incisions. Like the first one, he only went in from the inside. The second one, he went from the inside, and he's like, "Oof, I gotta get from the back too, or get on the other side." So he had to make another one. But yeah,
That's
Sucked,
good though.
sucked.
I mean, it sucked, but man, get it done.
Yeah,
do you have pain with every step?
used to. Not
Mm,
anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Sweet.
It's like I can tell, and obviously it's a work in progress. I can tell it's weaker still, and I can tell it's not 100%, but it's close. It's like I'm getting close. Like, like I did, I just started working out recently, and just I knew I could do this, but like I just for myself, I was like, I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna do my workout, but I'm gonna add some 200s on the end, and like I just put the flats on and ripped like 429s
That's
like it
awesome.
was nothing.
Dang.
And I was like, I still I could run 29s in my sleep. Like
yeah. If I did that, my Achilles would be in New Hampshire right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's getting there. Still got a little bit of I would say it's like 90%.
Wonderful.
It feels so much better now than even when I was like when I ran my PR in the 1500. I ran
Which
330
was what year?
2021. And then I had a good indoor season the next season, 2022.
Was that before the trials?
This was after the
She was
trials.
after the trials,
I ran
right?
333 after the trials, like a few weeks or whatever after.
Oh, that's right. I remember that because you were like dinged up heading into the trials.
When I saw
and
you,
your peak was just past that.
yeah. So when I saw you at the trials, that's like literally a week before my Achilles came back. Like I was battling it the whole year with Shockwave and Prolo injections.
Yeah.
It got to a point again where I was like, dude, I can train. Like this is great. I started running in like April, like working out like in April. And I was then like, like we were saying, like the peak, I kind of just missed the trials, but also I missed all of that strength, when I got through the rounds, feeling great. Didn't go that great in the final, but I feel like slightly tactical error. But I ran like 333, like whatever it was the next week or so in July. And like I couldn't walk after, like I could barely cool down, literally couldn't walk the next day. Like that's how bad this Achilles was killing me. And so it feels so much better right now. Like even if it's not 100%, I don't know what that was then. Like what, 40%?
Right.
So
I know. I remember we were wild westing it at that trials. We got in trouble for the needling in the
needling.
tent.
Yeah. But go along with the modalities though. I'll needle myself. I ran out though. I don't have any more needles on me. But yeah, Leo just gave me some needles and took care of it.
Yeah.
So.
I know that's the thing. Whatever it takes to keep people healthy, man. That's the thing. It's like, all of us sitting here, have been injured and we've all competed at a decently high level. And then it's just the name of the game is just staying healthy. And that's, like going back to the video game analogy, it's like the little success that we have had, that's what keeps us tied in,
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever say you're done with like track and you're just like, dude, all right, I'm walking away from track. Do you think you'll move into like ultras, trail, marathons? What will your Colby at 50? What does that look like?
Colby at 50?
Oh man.
Oh man, that's a really good question. I think that I'll never stop running. Like that's just part of my life. And I can tell like when
you come from running royalty, man. Like your whole family.
The whole family, yeah. So yeah, it's just I don't think that's a thing that'll ever stop. Even when I'm like injured, and I can't run, it's like just something off. I just feel depressed, It's like there's something to just getting out there, even if it's like 3 miles, 2-3 miles. It's like I ran today. Everything's right in the world.
I know I've been very grumpy this week because I had PRP on Monday and I haven't been able to run this week.
Yeah.
And I've just been like, I find myself getting home and I'm like just walking around like fuming over things.
You and Matt are extra twitchy right now. You guys are extra twitchy.
I know. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah. At 50 though, honestly, I don't know. I imagine I probably have a family and I'm playing video games and 50, maybe coaching some Little League baseball, hopefully, and stuff like that.
So if you were if you weren't a pro runner, what sport would be?
Oh my god, if I could be as good as I am at running,
in any other
something else,
I
definitely wouldn't be running. Probably baseball. I just love
that is the marathon of sports, though, dude. They have like
baseball.
It's crazy. It's like 200 days a year they're playing.
Yeah, it's all year round.
What position would you be?
Probably just center field. Like that's what I put. That's probably what I put.
I know. I feel like I would want to be Kenny Lofton. If I was a pro ball player, I'd be like, let's do Kenny Lofton. That's it.
I was like an okay hitter, average hitter, but I played center field and I was like the best.
You're snagging it.
I was the best center fielder in the whole league. Like
nice.
Yeah.
When did Colby's career end?
Sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
I didn't. It sucks because I couldn't like try out for the team in high school because it was like I think it was the same season as track. But yeah, I still played pretty competitively in the summer and played in the fall and stuff like that. So
So I know the minute you stop running professionally, you're gonna pick up those softball leagues, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll play right now. I want to play. Like, sign me up. You guys in a league? Sign me up.
No, but I have a lot of patients that do it, and it's very enticing. If I didn't make a living with my hands, I definitely would do it.
Every time I walk past, like, so I coach with my older brother. We coached a little league team, and the season just wrapped up. My nephew's on the team, and we'd go to the baseball fields, and there'd always be softball, like these big fat guys playing softball.
You're just licking your chops, huh?
God, get me in there.
Yeah.
Like, I've smashed that thing. Home run every time up. Not over the fence, even though I could, but literally
No.
Yeah,
right
in the park, dude.
inside
You could
the park.
definitely in the park. Yeah. You just hit those gaps and you're going.
Yeah.
Although in softball, though, they fill those gaps. Don't they put 4 in the outfield?
They might.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it, but
Gotta
One day
learn
you'll
those
find
rules.
out. Yeah, one
it's
day.
just so much fun. Like, when you're little, just playing catch.
That was my
with
main
your
sport,
dad and
playing
stuff, and
baseball.
Yeah.
Mine
it's so
was
much fun.
basketball.
Like,
I never played one formal game of basketball or soccer,
really? What?
but I was like all into baseball all the way through 8th grade and football.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. It just.
But I was always
yeah.
first base because I was taller and I'm a lefty.
Okay.
But
Well-
my second backup was center field, though.
What was the reason? Did you get out of baseball because of running? Was that the reason why? Like, or was it?
It also just kind of it got to the so. I'll give you kind of history, right? The year-
Strongsville drama here.
The year before, I always played in the summer. Never played for the team, right? A high school team, even though I'm pretty sure I could have. But we had like a really good team, and I always played I played it a year up. So I don't know how old we were, 14 or I don't know. Bad number, but the year before my last year, we were good, and we were beating like good teams, like, I don't know, travel ball teams, whatever you call it. Then I always want to play with my cousin now, and he was like he was on this really cool team with like sweet uniforms, away jerseys, home jerseys, all the equipment, and you try it out, you make the team, all that stuff. And basically my team was amazing, but I was like, well, I want to play with my cousin and I want to play down here. Think about how good I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll hit home runs and stuff. It'll be great. And then I went that route, and I still to this day I regret it so bad. Like, we had such a good team, and I went to this other team, and it was the grass is not always green on the other side. Like,
Dynamic change.
and it was just kind of like I wasn't really having that much fun, and just kind of stopped. But
Okay.
still always play like home run derby and stuff in the backyard. So we used legendary. Like, we used to play home run derby.
Wiffle ball derby is the best.
Oh, it's the best.
Another dream of mine is having a wiffle ball field or something in the backyard, like a real legit like stadium.
I mean, yeah, that was one of my weird talents, is that I could spank the ball wherever I wanted.
Yeah.
And I would
like Quan.
I could just like point, and then for some
Like
reason
right
with
there.
wiffle ball, I can just get it there, but I can't golf. And then I think it's because I'm so good at like swinging a bat that I always want to like just hit the ball the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And golf is not the same
It's
way.
not.
No.
So it just always screws me
I
over.
do have a bat and ball at home, a wiffle ball bat and ball. We should get it going.
Start.
Remember we played in the back
I know.
of the old clinic.
Remember when we played Fort
Remember
Square
how many
and we
home runs
popped
I used to hit?
into the trees?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we played Fort Square there for a minute. We popped.
No, we played it for not even 10 minutes and we popped the ball
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah,
What
we
kind of
we
ball?
we were
Is it-
really good.
It's
at
like a
it, too.
playground ball.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good back. Our parking lot back here isn't good for it. It's got a little slope.
Yeah.
You got that nice
Yeah.
basketball hoop.
I know, and it's hard because it's going it's like on a slant, and so if you try to like dunk the basketball, like it's so much harder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
You have
so
to jump a little higher.
you have to jump a little higher.
So is it the same? Like, if you're shooting a free throw, is it like you're actually shooting on like a?
You're lower.
So
You're like 2
should
inches
you
lower.
lower the hoop then a little bit?
Sure, but we lost the key to do that. So
Oh, no.
it's at where
so
it's
it
at.
is what it is. We gotta just jump higher. Not that we can. I can touch backboard now, so that's a huge improvement.
Wow. Have you been like trying to work on the plyos and stuff?
If I could with my Achilles, which is partially why I did all of the injections and everything,
Because
because
he wants to touch backboard.
I want to be able to jump higher. I want to try that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
So Zach was saying you guys can do that here now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we, Leah Whitman, one of the docs we had on our earlier podcast, she,
Leo?
Al-
What was it?
Aaliyah Whitman.
I was like, oh, two Leo.
A Leo. No. She's does regenerative medicine and
Nice.
super cutting edge stuff. So
Wow,
it's
cool.
fun. Yeah.
I was also telling Zach during the massage, we just go deep in conversation.
We do,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
but
We get it going.
I was just saying, like, yeah, I've been seeing you forever, and like, man, that first office
It was
compared
an
to this,
accountant's office. It's hilarious.
it's like, man, keeps
The
getting
work, though.
bigger and bigger. I was like, what's next? Like, what do you envision in like 10 years from now? Like, what is your
Oh, here we
And-
go. It's
and-
on to you now.
In
Yeah.
terms of the business side of it, I mean, I think like not much more growth from here. I mean, you know, moving forward with like cooler techniques, like just like we were talking about with all the different things with regenerative medicine, and all these devices and stuff. There's always like new technology coming out, so it's just pushing forward on that front. You know, going more the thought creation routes more appealing to me. But yeah, so you know, from the clinic standpoint, I think this is our final home. We have
Oh,
a
wow.
studio in the basement, which is where we're
That's
at now,
amazing.
and you know, we can make this cooler and kind of pump more into this kind of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Well, what made you want to move back to Cleveland? Bring
Um,
your services back home?
I don't know. I just missed it a
Yeah.
lot, and I'm just like
You're a diehard Cleveland
I'm
guy.
just a diehard.
I know
like,
every time when I would work Guardian, like so many people would be like, "Yeah, Colby talks this city up so much, like we had to come see it."
Really, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love it here so much, and
You've lived a lot of places. What do you like
I
about
have.
Cleveland the most?
I like that it has the three big sports. You know, not every city of this size like has all three, right?
Mhm.
You know, football, baseball, basketball, and they're good. But those aside, the city itself is like it feels like a big city. It's so, but there's never any traffic.
There's never
really.
traffic.
Yeah.
Get anywhere you want. Like there's a lot of good food. It's like it has everything you'd want from a
Yeah.
big city
At a smaller
and-
cost.
But yeah, and it's a lot.
It-
and
it's
cheap,
phenomenal.
real cheap.
Every year we have coaches from all around the world staying with us, soccer coaches, and they're doing like mission stuff for like ambassadors, soccer training. And every time they come, they're like, their family is like, "Oh, you're going to America?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, LA, New York, no, Ohio." And they all kind of joke about it. And they're like, "Dude, I would totally move to Ohio." Like every single one of them is like, "This place is awesome."
Why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you?
The lake.
Well, we just get, you know, it's
Like-
because a lot of famous people come from here, and then when they get famous, they make jokes about it. And
Mhm.
so then
I
it
know,
gets
what's up
this
with that?
negative spin.
Not Steve Harvey.
So I feel like it's always like, you know, you watch a
Right.
movie, you're like, "Oh, it's not Cleveland." You know, it's
Yeah.
always some joke about that.
And also, people don't understand. Like people who grow up here, a lot of times they're just trying to get out. They're
Yeah.
just like, I need to go somewhere else,
Right.
right? Then as soon as they go, like let's say New York City or something, for example, they go there, then they're lying to themselves.
They
They
are.
don't like
They
it
are.
there. Come on. And then give them like a few years, and then they're like, I'm gonna go back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Most people are like, they're like, oh, it's like amazing to be able to go get like a coffee for like less than $5, and it's like
Yeah.
not a specialty coffee,
Right.
or like just to do anything.
I think the traffic is the huge thing.
It's a-
I,
It really
if I lived in
is.
another city with traffic, I would have like so many broken blood vessels in my
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I would be yelling all the time.
Yeah. It's something we're so used to it here,
Yeah.
and then as soon as we go
Yeah.
anywhere else,
spoiled.
It's like, we're so spoiled.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're kind of coming up to a close here on round
Right.
2 of our podcast, and we
The
want to get
bloodbath.
out get out before any other injuries occur. But yeah, I mean, like any parting words to the listeners that you think, you know, some words of wisdom from Mr. Alexander here.
Yeah, I mean, words of wisdom would be kind of what I was saying before, is just like, don't get down. Don't get too down if you're injured. Just try to figure out whatever that biomechanical thing is, tackle it. It's not always, a PRP that's going to be the instant fix. Maybe
Right.
calm things down or whatever, but
Well, that's a big deal coming from Mr. Gadget Guy, right? Because you've
Yeah.
tried it all, and
yeah,
I love that you, in the end, sober up and you come to what Zach and I understand really well. It's like the core of things, the body, the biomechanics, understanding the physics of it all,
right.
and then
Just-
rectifying that, which you need a lot of guidance on, you know,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
not always easy to figure that stuff out.
Yeah. It's just time. It's just like time spent on the ground.
Yeah.
When you're on the ground, that's when you're getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the more efficient you can be and powerful and all that. And then the other thing is Guardian Mile,
Amen.
July 27th.
Always a fun time.
Sign up.
Always a fun time.
I don't know when this episode will come out.
But, well, it was going to come out after Guardian, but we're going to move it before now. No. We'll put it out on Monday. So no, this would be good. They'll have a nice week. And I have been encouraging quite a few patients to do so. And
thank you.
It's still shocking. 2 criticisms. Well, not criticisms, but one point. It's still shocking how few people from Akron down to Canton even know about Guardian. It's crazy. There's a weird separation in Northeast Ohio where like there's Cleveland and then there's Canton, Akron, and then the runners don't talk. It's weird, actually.
Yeah.
Then the second thing that I would say is it's always during Burning River, and you guys would get so many more people if it was not on Burning River's weekend.
I don't even know what that is.
Yes. So
it's an ultra race.
It's an ultra race, and they have relays. So they have the 100, the 50 miler, the marathon. So it's all on trail in the valley, and then they have 4-man and 8-man relay.
And then, it's here.
Yeah, it's through the national park.
And it's the biggest ultra marathon in the state of Ohio. I'm pretty sure.
I would imagine so.
And it's a gigantic behemoth thing.
Well, we'll think about that next year then.
Thoroughly communicated this to the other parties with Guardian. Because that puppy's not moving and that's staying right there. But
so it's always on
you guys are a little more flexible because you guys have to.
We're flexible.
You have to tinker with the city and the Indian or the Guardians a little bit. Yeah. And so that matters there. But I would say easily you would bounce. So you would get definitely 100 or so more people just off that alone.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Yeah. Any more feedback? Or any more?
No, the event's
keep it rolling, dude. Just keep it rolling.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job with that, and so people should come visit Cleveland for it for sure.
Come on out.
Yeah,
we'd love to have you.
All right, well, that's kind of wrapping up the episode here. So be sure to like and subscribe. Give us some feedback. Be sure to give us some comments about what you want to hear, some topics, and some different guests and things like that. But thanks again for tuning in, and thanks again, Zach and Colby, for another great episode. All right, all the best. Peace out.